up, bouquets? How are we blooming today? It's your girl, Enchantress, the Gypsy Lotus of Uniqueness, and I am back with another. What the hell? What the hell? What the hell? What the hell? And today we are going to talk about forgiveness, okay? And this is a topic I am like ongoing, always working on. But today I'm going to talk about why forgiveness is so important, not even just for yourself, not even it's it not even okay, no, it is important for yourself, and we're gonna make it more about being about yourself and not about really the other person. So I want to talk about it is freezing cold. Hold on. I don't know why I chose to sit by some water, like that was gonna make it any better. That technically might be making it worse, because yeah. But so forgiveness of others and why it's so important for yourself more than it is for the other person. So I am currently trying to actively work on forgiving my father trauma, right? And I'm probably gonna make another video after this about like even trying to heal in the environment that broke you, but um forgiveness. So it's we think that forgiveness is like, okay, I forgive you and then I'm gonna keep talking to you. You don't necessarily always have to keep in contact or still have access to somebody that you're working on forgiving, right? So you you could literally be forgiving somebody and still choosing to keep them out of your life. Forgiveness is not necessarily, it's really not about the other person. Like, you're forgiving that person for your own sake, for your own sanity, for your own peace. It's not really about forgiving them to be able to keep the bullshit going, honestly. Um so with me and my parent wounds, right? I It's so hard for me to forgive somebody that is literally not changing. Truth be told. Um and I have really been trying. I really been trying. But I had to realize, like, cuz the other week, I'm gonna be honest, the other week I literally was like, I hate this motherfucker. Like, I'm being completely honest, I was. And that's not good for me to harbor any hate. Mind you, I really don't even hate anybody, but I was so I'm very much over the situation and very much just washing my hands of it so that it can't bother me anymore. But I know I still, to truly fully wash my hands of something, I have to actually forgive the situation. So of course there's multiple things that I need to forgive within that connection, but I'm genuinely at a point where I'm sometimes it gets to a point where you really do have to cut your own family off. You do have to cut your own parents off. Your parents can be toxic to your growth. It's just the way the cookie crumbles. And I'm at a point now where I just genuinely, I'm over it. I am. Like, I'm done trying to find a way to have a good father daughter relationship or have a good bond. Like, I'm washing my hands. Like, if you're not gonna change, it's not my job to change you. It's not my job to heal you. It's not my job to nothing. The only thing that's my job now is to truly forgive you so that I can move on in peace. I'm genuinely at the place where I will be okay not talking to you. I'm okay with that. Like, I'm not finna keep trying to find the light in somebody who only wants to move in darkness. Like, I'm just over it, genuinely. But I know that I have to still forgive the situation to even be able to fully wash my hands of it. So that looks like a lot of journaling for me. That looks like um really putting up more of a firmer boundary in regards to even allowing his actions to have the power to get a reaction out of me. Like, I'm very much at the point where I really just don't care. But I still have to send I have to give the little girl in me love. I have to give the teenager in me love. I have to give the even now me love in regards to the situation of you just gonna have to go the rest of your life without having that bond with your father, and that's okay because he's not doing anything to help your growth. Thank you for, and that also means I have to show gratitude for, even though no, I am not him. I still have his DNA. I still have certain features and certain things from him. So thank you for the good things that came from you, and I will continue to work on the things that I feel like aren't good, that I might do. Um, Whether you change them in yourself or not, I'm gonna make sure I change it within me. Um, and I'm just at the point where like we all have to just realize like me forgiving you does not mean I have to talk to you. Me forgiving you does not mean I have to keep in contact with you. Me forgiving you does not mean anything about me keeping the connection going. I could forgive you and still move on. Forgiveness does not automatically come with reconciliation. And even furthermore, to even go a step farther past the father wounds, even with relationships and love life, certain things like I don't have to. I could forgive you and still never talk to you again, because the forgiveness is for our own peace of mind. Forgiveness is for ourselves. It's really not about having to forgive other people and still keep them in our lives. Like, because honestly, let's just think about it. Like, why would you work so hard on forgiving somebody just for them to redo the same thing you just had to forgive them for? There's no point. So I'm going to forgive and I'm going to move on in peace. I'm forgiving for my own peace. I'm forgiving for my own sanity. I'm forgiving for my own physical health. I'm forgiving for my own mental state and emotional health and things of that nature. To keep myself in alignment, I'm going to forgive you. But that does not mean I have to talk to you again. Um, and yes, it's very hard, and that means really having to, especially with like me and my father wounds, like me having to really work extra hard on even finding, and I'm being completely honest, it's very hard for me to even find the good things. Like, what am I actually grateful for? And I literally have to look at myself to figure out what those are, because I cannot look at him and figure it out. It's not going to happen. I don't see anything good when I look at him, honestly. So I have to look at myself and be like, okay, I am still technically some parts of him. So what about me do I know came from him that I can be grateful for? Because he don't show nothing that gives the good side of things, honestly. I'm being completely honest. Like, I'm genuinely at the point where I just can't even, both parents, I just can't even allow y'all's lack of healing or your lack of accountability or your lack of growth to harbor me anymore, to keep me held back, to keep me in stagnant energy. I cannot allow it anymore. Genuinely. I feel like I'm saying genuinely a lot, but it gets to a point where you just have to realize, you wake up one day like, you know what? Yeah, I'm over it. Yeah, I don't want nothing to do with y'all. Like, I'm genuinely at the point with my father, like, I gave him a letter a while ago saying that, like, if you don't get your shit together, basically saying if you don't get your shit together, you will not have any parts to do with my life in the future. And I mean that, because I'm not here for the whole oh, I'm gonna treat my grandkids better than I treated my kids. Fuck no, absolutely fuck not. To me, that's fake, and I'm not doing no fake shit. Sorry. Um, and then I'm not even gonna put my kids in the position to be let down by you when I do have them. I pray so hard for my grandfather because that is my father figure. I pray so hard for my grandfather because, excuse me, because he is the one that I want to walk me down the aisle when the time comes. And I've already asked my brother, if my grandfather cannot do it, is my brother going to do it? I'm at the point where I genuinely don't even care if, I feel like I'm purging the more I'm saying what I'm saying. That's why I keep sneezing all of a sudden. I'm just genuinely at the point where I really don't care to get your approval. I'm done caring about what you agree with or don't agree with in my own life, because honestly, how why would I trust any of your life decisions when you move the way you do, when you treat women the way you treat them? Like, I'm not here for that. When my husband, whoever it shall be, if he feels like, I honestly let that be up to him, truthfully. Like, if you feel like you want to go to my dad and ask for his approval, go right ahead. But to me, I wouldn't give a fuck what that man say. The only people for me that I want you to get approval for or ask my hand in marriage for is my grandfather or my brother and my mom, I guess technically. But I know it's usually asking a man. So them the only people I want you to get approval from. I really don't care about his opinion, and I have to get to a point where I like, even me just saying that doesn't seem like I'm coming from a place of anger or resentment, you know? Um, because it's not. It's just genuinely for my own peace of mind. I really do not care about your opinion anymore. Um, and sometimes it just has to be like that because you don't want to. I'm really at a point where I just really cannot allow myself to care anymore in regards to what he does and doesn't do. I spent most of my life waiting for him to do certain things and always been let down. So why would I keep moving on in my adult life, allowing you to keep letting me down? My mother has to ask you to do things 50 million times. Why would I care? You know? Um, and it just gets to a point where it's just you either get it together or you don't. You can realize that you don't have a relationship with your kids and decide to do something better or you don't. But I'm honestly done saying that it's my job to fix the relationship that I did not break. And that's regards to anything. So that's why I'm even making this video about when we're forgiving people and we're releasing those people, it's not just to, oh my God, I'm releasing you and hoping you coming back. I'm releasing you and hoping that eventually we can have a good bond again. No, I'm forgiving you and moving on with my life. Whatever happens afterwards, cool, whatever. But I know where I stand in these predicaments. I really don't care to fix a bond that I did not break. I'm not here to entertain people not changing and growing. Like, and that's with anybody in my life. If you're not growing and moving in some form of capacity, healing, you just can't be in my circle. You just can't be around me for real, for real. Um, because I'm constantly growing and healing and moving and doing things, and I can't be with nobody or sit at a table with somebody who's still stuck in the pain from 10 years ago and not doing nothing to actively heal it. Everybody around me right now is actively healing, actively growing. I can't do anything less than that around me. If you're choosing to be the same person that even fucked up the bond, you could stay right where you at. Won't pay me no difference. Um, but for me to work on the forgiveness, I do have to. You still have to send that person love and light, and that doesn't mean when I'm talking about sending somebody love and light, that does not mean I'm actually sitting right in front of their face saying, "Oh my God, I love you." No, sending love and light is very much an energetic thing. I could send you love energetically. I could send you light energetically just to cut the cord. I could use love and light to cut the cords. I could um it's more so like I love you from a distance. And I honestly, I even in the letter that I gave to my father, I told him that like, no, I don't hate you. Now this was at the time back then, and I still don't hate him because I just don't harbor hate for anybody. But I have a whole lot of resentment. Sure, the fuck do. But I got to a point where I just don't. Um, it's hard for me to say I love you when I've never felt loved by you. Like I cannot open my mouth and say, "Oh my God, I love you, Dad." I'm not there. That's why I even know I have to do a lot of forgiveness around this because I have to get to the point where I am there. You feel me? Um, and I'm just not. and I'm working on it. And I'm going to do. That's partially why I even came to the water. No, I'm not putting my feet in because it is freezing or anything. But I am going to, I'm learning how to flow with water. I'm releasing the things with the water. Um, I don't even know if I have a lighter to burn anything, but yeah, I'll do all that later. But yeah, I'm releasing my abandonment wounds. I'm forgiving anybody who up and left me in any capacity, whether that was my love life or my father or anybody who I felt like just abandoned me. Um, abandoned, abandoned, abandoned me. Anyway, um, so yeah, like forgiveness is not really about the other person. We are forgiving people for our own sake, for our own sanity, for our own clarity, for our own peace of mind, so that we can love ourselves more. Because I can't keep holding this anger in me or this resentment in me because it is making me like look at damn near all men. And I hate that because I feel like honestly I don't like feeling like a what's the word? Statistic. I don't like feeling like the girl with daddy issues, like I don't like that. But it's a thing. They will show up, the daddy issues, the mommy issues, whatever will show up in some form or capacity in certain relationships. And it doesn't even have to be love life relationships. It could show up in friendships, it could show up in other family connections. Like even like technically I was just thinking about it yesterday. Like I don't even really have a as deep of a connection with my father's side of the family because of how I view my father. I kind of naturally distance myself from some of them. Like I also distance myself because I'm not the one. I cannot fake nothing. I cannot put up no mask. And I was getting tired of like when I was a kid getting around my dad's side and they like saying all these good things, and I'm like, that is not the person I'm living with. That's not the person that's in that house. So like, who are y'all talking about? Because I be wanting to put shit on Front Street like that nigga is not who y'all think he is. But I still borderline be ready to text my grandfather and my uncles like, who is this man? Cause who y'all grow up with? Cause I don't know who I got. But yeah, like it just we can't we're not healing for the other people anymore. All right. So the quicker we get out of that and the quicker we actually learn to forgive and get the forgiveness in our whole heart so that we can be at peace, we gonna be all right. We gonna be all right. We're gonna be perfectly fine. And if it comes with having to say I don't fuck with you anymore and I don't want you around in my life forever personally, then that's just what it gotta be. You feel me? It is what it is. I'm forgiving for myself, for my own sanity, for my own health. Not forgiving for everybody else. Done with that. So, peace. Oh, healing gets messy before it gets magical, but you are worthy of all the light and happiness that's waiting for you on the other side. Sit up straight, adjust your crown. Don't let it tilt. I love you. I hope you love you. Peace.